Let's take a look at any AI influence in the world as far as like with wordplay or things we might not have known or paid attention to. Because we know AI isn't new. It's been around maybe longer than us humans, in my opinion, and some others. The real powers of this world are not humans themselves. A lot of my previous videos, I talk about the Saturnian bloodlines, and it's known. Others know this if you've researched the topic deeply, and it's even in your Bibles that the serpent seed bloodline created a race in this realm to control it. The overseers, the overlords, have been showing for a while who they really are. Let's recap on some stuff. Let's go to Trump's coat of arms. He's the tip of the spear, or the arrow. And that fist looks very similar, doesn't it? Would it be the reason the gematria on Thomas Matthew Crooks equals Donald Trump Event Horizon? You remember that? No. Communist hand symbol. The alchemical symbol means to purify. Here's a young Trump, the tip of the spear. At the top, on top of the doors, it says through these portals. And the tribe of Dan, it's got 4 symbols assigned to the tribe of Dan. Got the white horse, which is Trump, the scales, the eagle, the phoenix, and the snake. Now you know why the first time in he hit everyone with the snake speech over and over. Because he speaks through symbolism. If you know, you know. If you don't, you would have thought it just was referring to the borders. They tell you who they are.
Snake gave her a vicious bite.
Trump Tower looks a lot like a missile. Let's go over to his pal, DONELON. Tesla logo looks a lot like the Templar sword. Oh wait, they just said that that wasn't a Nazi salute he did. That was a Roman salute. And then they said he was just trolling. Well, wouldn't you think there's a reason that the Roman salute and the Nazi salute is the same? Couldn't be, because it's both funded by the Vatican at the end of the day with the same agenda. Could it be? Of course. And the name Elon has a lot of words within it. One of them backwards is Noel. It means the head. Root word to elongation. A lot of coincidences adding up. That means it coincides. It's for a reason. And the X that he loves, his favorite letter. Of course, it could mean a prop, a bow, a serpent, a cross. Hebrew alphabet. It's the symbol of a serpent or a dragon. And these are characters from Revelation on the world stage, acting out their script. And not human, if you ask me. It's funny, the advertisement for Neuralink seems like they're showing you what's in his head, right? So, do the real powers of this world disguise themselves as humans, but they're really AI? The military and technology is decades ahead, maybe even a lot more than that, as far as what they release to the public compared to what they actually have. Let's go over some words that might be interesting. Apple, for instance, you have iOS. That's Iowas. Another clever way to spell or say Iowas. Iowas. iOS. Iowas. iOS. And the word Android, you got AI right in that word as well. And yes, I'm referring to Iowas, the spirit that Aleister Crowley communicated with, and it dictated the book of the law. And I know Crowley was just a dark magician and witch, warlock, or whatnot, but I think there's a lot more truth in Iowas character than meets the eye. And I think it is an ancient deity or demon that's possibly in control of this world. Goes under many names. So if AI is linking to another dimension, it makes sense. Number one, I've brought up before the Google Chrome symbol. Yeah, it's 666 with the I in the middle, but the alchemical meaning of that symbol is a vortex or a portal. And one of the breakdowns of the word Iowas is it's a distortion of I was, hinting to an entity beyond the realm of time. The secrets of immortality to me would be uploading soul's consciousness to a computer. Put together a nice little slide here, syncing up a lot of different branches of the same thing at the end of the day. They all have the same goal and they all worship the same thing. Check it out. There's a lot of terms used in computer term hinting at the fact that spirits in fact control the realm, and they're Gates and Elon and Sam Alterman. These are some of the characters that, in my opinion, they get their orders from the other side or the one in control. For instance, sigil means symbol. Sigil programming is in reference to witchcraft, right? But also sigils are related to PC programming, computer programming. Just another hint that we're in a simulation. And for the everyday symbology, they call it symbols. It's sacred geometrical patterns or whatnot, but they're all part of the mind control apparatus. Here's another word, algorithm. Let's take a look what algo means. Here's the etymology. Also another one, coincidentally, or not, in reference to computers, a daemon. If you break down the etymology, daemon, diamond, demon. It's another term, again, used for computers. Again, these aren't coincidences. All these terms that they're using for computers, it relates to demonic spirits, demonic names. So here's some more names that are demonic energies that are also names used in computer terms. Again, one of them was Daemon. Here's another one, Beelzebub, malware, Leviathan, framework, Lucifer, malware and programming language, Kali, Linux, Banshee, Celtic spirit or demon, Orcus, Roman god of the underworld, Orcus, malware. Now you just gotta ask yourself, are these, they just like these names? Are they like playing off mythology? No, it's because these demon spirits are real, interdimensional beings. And electric, the computers, and through portals is how they enter into this place. You don't hear any good names like Jesus malware or heavenly goodness malware. Everything has a demonic energy. Even though the good is in us, in a lot of us, this plane of existence in this dimension is controlled by the evil forces. That's evident. You gotta be blind to not see that. They're energy harvesters because the light inside of us is so powerful. They've had to do everything that they've done to try to make you think otherwise. You're not important. You're a speck of sand. All lies. Let's take a look what this guy named C.S. Jones had to say. He ran a lodge for Order of Templi Orientalis, talisman. He underwent a series of magical initiations that revealed to him that ayahuasca was in truth an evil demon and the enemy of humanity. Others considered Jones to have gone mad. That's exactly what would happen in the upside down world, right? The ones with the truth are crazy. Everyone else, perfectly normal. He probably was exposing something they didn't want to be said. So we've seen that a million times where they defame you or whatnot. You've all heard the videos of Elon himself in 2014 or whatever, saying AI is summoning the demon. Not a demon, the demon. By the way, are you familiar with Aleister Crowley's last words? Here it is. Speaking of Crowley, oddly enough, the MAGA, Trump, highest degree in Satanism, MAGA, Sanskrit, sorcerer, showed that years ago in my videos. Trumpet has a few Crowleys close to him. That's got to be pure coincidence, wouldn't it? Funny that Elon is Trump's advisor. Elon's grandfather, Haldeman, was Nixon's advisor. See, I think the advisors are superior bloodline overseeing the presidents, even though the presidents have royal bloodline connections. Here's Haldeman with Nixon. Here's Elon with Trump. This wasn't random, guys. This is all scripted. So, speaking of Elon, and I brought this up before if you've been watching my videos, definitely needs to be said again, because not many know this. So, because one of Elon's ex-wives, she's an author. Let's see what kind of books, what does she talk about? Here's one called The Lord of Bones. Jess is a beautiful young artist whose prophetic dreams led her to Ramsey. Sounds a lot like Ram, Mars, the god of war. A teenage boy with an angel trapped inside of him. Together they stopped a demon intent on bringing about the apocalypse. But a gate was opened, and more demons have made their way into the world. Now, what's the odds she'd be writing a book about this topic? It's because all these things are real, and these things are happening. She writes other books, all of them kind of have an occult meaning behind them, but this was the most important one, in my opinion, to mention with the current times. You know how Joe Rogan and a lot of other Hollywood stars push psychedelics real heavy? First of all, anything they push, you gotta seriously think about it before you follow them. So I'm referring to ayahuasca. Now, what if taking ayahuasca isn't connecting you to your ancestors, but possibly linking your mind to the demonic realm, cloaked as a spiritual enlightening experience? Possibly linking you to the demonic realm or syncing you up, because we're all electrical beings, and our thoughts and souls, or the light in you, It's electromagnetic. And the word ayahuasca and ayahuas sounds very similar, doesn't it? Some other things I noticed about ayahuas is the state Iowa. Ayahuas? Iowa? And now when you look at their state coat of arms, you see the phoenix, changed early 1900s, the eagle, whatever. Notice it's eating the words that says, and our rights. Now, you know I deal with symbolism. This is symbolism to me. Our liberties we prize, and our rights. Those words are being eaten by the phoenix bird. One more thing to add on to earlier how I was mentioning all the demonic entities and their names all happen to be names that are used in computer terms or for programming or for malware. So it's funny because malware, the word M-A-L, they say, you know, it stands for malicious. I'm sure it could also stand for malicious. However, the root to mal comes from the meaning bad or evil. So that's funny in itself, all the malware programs that are supposed to protect the computer. And the other thing I noticed though is mal backwards is L-A-M. That's lamb. That's the other entity that Crowley communicated with, the interdimensional being. Lamb, the one that looks like the gray, where they got the depiction of the gray alien from. Also on the back of the dollar bill, when you color around it, it's lamb.
Oh, you saw that container blow.
She could have rigged an explosive charge. There are no weapons platforms. There is no such Department of Defense satellite.
What about Star Wars, Brilliant Pebbles?
They were never built. We don't even have that kind of technology. I mean, even if an artificial intelligence was targeting us with an armed satellite, why isn't it doing it right now? Because it doesn't know where we are.
If I so much as made a phone call right now, would nuke us right where we're standing.
How?
Recognizes my voice, monitors all communication.
He was hardware. Donald and I were software. We'd been caring for the AI, weaning it. Then Donald warned us that the system started to display more than consciousness. It started to display intention, but before we could stop it, it was gone.
Where?
I don't know. One day David was on the system and it wouldn't come. It wouldn't come when we called it. We knew it was out there somewhere on the global net, but it wouldn't answer. And Donald was just getting sicker.
You can't find it?
Well, it's not a program anymore. It's wildlife loose on the net. And either we kill it.
No wonder.
Mulder, she's dead.
What if she managed to establish an uplink, Scully? A satellite transmission?
Mulder, are you telling me that you believe that Esther that she may not be dead?
Artificial life. It could exist. It could be here among us, evolving.
Electrons chasing each other through a circuit. That isn't life, Mulder.
Yeah, but what are we but impulses? Electrical and chemical through a bag of meat and bones. You're the scientist. You tell me.
I'm at the door, 2 shots, I have you fake Tupac, shocked to the core. I'm electric like ley lines on the ocean floor. Dog, I'm like an oyster raw. The way I kick it like Lee and Tekken, this ain't no game. My sessions are lessons, the inner reflections, releasing the stress. And I keep the peace that I'd rather street fight even know that they pressing. Here to serve them like concessions, and now they can't stand. You know the story, good and bad angels, both of us fall. Before that, we on the floor, both of us crawl. Yeah, we transformers, advanced performance, performers in the game of life, darkness of light, deciphering the spirits that come in that night. Saturn Chronos, the master of time. Take away the C from clocking, it's a lock for your mind. Understand that, and you can't be trapped in the mainframe. Bugs in the system, are we terabytes on the terror plane? Trying to find my way. Trying to find my way. Trying to find a way. Trying to find a way.